At the convergence of the Ohio, Allegheny, and Monongahela Rivers, we're in the football town of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Acrisure Stadium. Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And we're off from Acrisure. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. His first throw is an interception. And the Ravens are off to a great start defensively. They forced a turnover on the opening possession.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
First give of the game to the LSU product. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line. In the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down. More to come.
And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. Just a 1-yard pickup there. Now a call to make on 4th and goal from the 1.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right? Decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone.
Let's go now. 19 tight. 19 tight.
He'll look to throw. Intercepted in the end zone. And the Steelers make the stand on 4th and goal. What a clutch turnover.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
Here we go, son.
First down throw for Fields. Taken in by Luke Musgrave. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kent, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play.
Here we go. Go.
Walker now from the gun. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. As the open man downfield. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal.
Here we go, tonight. Right.
It's Walker on the option, and he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
EQ!
Receiver in motion, headed right.
Right.
Has some room to work. And that's a Pittsburgh touchdown. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
That one splits the uprights. And the Steelers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. So they tag him for roughing the kicker. And now this kickoff's going to come from the 50. Let's see if they loft it and try to stick him deep. The kicking team out there for the Steelers. And here they go to send it away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Throw left side, complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Back to pass on 1st and 10. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A pickup there of 39. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the plunge up the gut yields nothing there. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Now on 2nd and 10. This throw is caught. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. He sure did.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Ravens tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. All right.
Handoff to Walker from the gun. And all he can get is 1 yard. Ran that right into the defensive front.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Hey, Ken. Good night.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Finds a seam down the middle. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset.
Such a terrific job by the receiver. You can't give that route away. You got to run a curl. And the best curl and go, hook and go, out and up guys, Kate, they run that initial route full speed. He did. Got the defense to bite, and the play went right over his head.
Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. And after using an early one, 2 left for him to spend. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Here we go. Go.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3.
Here we go. Tonight.
Another throw for Fields. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down.
Here we go. Tonight.
Give up the gut to Walker. Finds a big lane. And he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up. So the Steelers turning things over to the field goal unit. This is a 35-yard look from the right hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that's going to break our tie and give them a 3-point advantage.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give up the middle. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
First and 10 from the 41.
Let's go.
Another carry for him. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. Score. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They have second and pretty long here. They'll throw it. Short pass brought in. And he gets him around 6 there. Now it's Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Looking to throw on third. It is caught left side. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
First and 10 from the 41. They go play action here. Looking right, and he finds him. And they get this down to the 28. They get 13 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. Jukes one defender. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that first down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
First down from the red zone. The throw is caught, and they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
The give now out of the shotgun. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a third down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next third down coming.
Going jumbo set on this first and goal. Pushing for the end zone, and he lost the football. It's not loose. Steelers have it, headed the other way.
Kate, did those sidelines get loud or what? It was practically in unison. Everybody's shouting to jump on top of that one. We just needed an official signal if it was 6 points or a touchback. And fortunately for them, well, it was a touchback.
We'll have him gain about a handful there. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Here we go. Good night.
Off play action. It's Fields. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
I can guarantee you that's going to be in Tell the Truth Monday right there in the film room, front and center, showing you the importance of tackling in the open field. An opportunity to cut him down sooner, but the broken tackle allowed him to add those extra yards to the catch.
Now, so much for seeing a safety, Brock. Things have totally changed now on 1st and 10 across midfield.
Good night.
Now an inside give to Walker. And he's able to push forward to the 25. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4.
Go.
Play action, Fields. Escapes the pocket. He's going to keep it this time. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that 1st down.
You know, before the snap, right before the snap, you may have to take off if the read isn't there. That was a great adjustment made at the perfect time for the 1st down.
Here we go, tonight. Tonight.
Walker on 1st down. Room to the right. And he's finally taken down at the 7-yard line. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives him 1st and goal.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Don't jump. Ready? Mayday, 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 mayday.
They'll send him over right.
Right.
Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's a gain of 7, and that brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing in receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. The Steelers driving ahead. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Tonight.
Walker does not get in. His push is stopped just short of that goal line. Timeout taken by the defense. They're 2nd. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn.
Here we go.
2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now.
And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Steelers grow their lead just before halftime. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. That one right down the middle. And the Steelers make it a 10-point ball game. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Kickoff taken at the 13. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He's on the move. And he almost reaches the 45 before going out. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be first down, Baltimore. Handoff now from the gun. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Finds a man right side. And he's out of bounds right at the 40-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
They'll run here on first down. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
To the air now on first and 10. Bateman hauls it in. And he runs it down inside the 15 before going out. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
From the red zone now. Setting up the screen. Juke. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a one-score game before halftime. Well, Brock, I think you and I both saw that one coming together from up here, and it became clear pretty quickly that if they got things going, that one could go the distance.
Yeah, the 6 points earned on any screen pass touchdown. I'd give half a point to the sell job of a quarterback, half a point to the effort of the running back, but 5 of those points to the big guys in front of them. They're the most important ones out there on that play, and in the best of times, they clear lane for a touchdown just like that one.
Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Here we go. Tonight.
On the carry, it's Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. Offense up to the line fast. Man in motion here. Here's second and 11. He rolls to his right. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Ravens will have a shot at least a field goal here. Maybe the end zone after that return.
Well, that's now his second time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the second on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
They're going to throw here to begin the drive. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. With only 3 seconds remaining, they're going to bring out that field goal unit. This will be from 52 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The first half controlled by the offenses, Brock. Let's see if the defenses can take over in the second half. We're underway. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give on the counter. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Dropping back to throw. Brought in right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And then when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
On first down, they'll run. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
This is a guy who, man, when he is in a group, when he is feeling it, you're just not going to bring him down with an arm tackle. You better buckle up. You need a textbook tackle on this guy. Wrap, grab some cloth, and drive him to the ground with all you got.
Back to the well again. And they'll bottle this up after a 4-yard gain. Peyton Wilson getting there for the stop. Give him 4 yards there, and they only need 1 more now on third down.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. Complete out to the right. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Hand off to the back. He's pushed straight ahead, and that's maybe a yard at most. Patrick Queen ranging in for the tackle. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Sending the tight end in motion left. Here we go, 2nd and 9. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. The impact this guy has had on this game, Brock, has been massive. They'd be on the comeback trail right now if it wasn't for his 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, and that second one far bigger than his first when you just look at the game circumstances. Puts him in front here in the second half. And puts a little jet fuel in the engines of their defense.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Chooses to bring this one out. Not much on the return. Should have kept that one in the end zone as the tackle's made at the 15-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, Ken. Go.
Looking to throw Fields. On the move. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, if the word safety was used, and it's not a lot in NFL locker rooms, but if it was at halftime, it was about safe throws, good decisions, consistent plays. It was not about a safety to begin this second half, and that's what we nearly saw.
Here we go.
Not the kind of start this offense wanted. It's got to overcome a bit of adversity.
Hey, 551. Sit high.
Another try following the sack. Chased out to his right. On the move, looking deep down the middle. Oh no, they get him yet again. And the Ravens will take over as he records his first interception of our season. The moment you see them look to pass from this close to their own goal line, Brock, it is that defense's goal to hurry him and force a mistake just like that.
Yeah, those guys, they're so sneaky on the back end, Kate. They know the clock is being sped up. They know that the quarterback can feel those footsteps and thinking about a safety, and those defenders just wait for that rush throw, and then they step in, they deliver, and they take the ball away.
Here's a handoff for Algier. And he can only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to haul him down near the line.
I know they had bigger visions when they called that play. This is one of those spots, Kate, where when a defense is dialed in, especially in the red zone, it's very tough to surprise them with anything.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go. Let's take 19.
Takes the handoff, now to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Thankfully, not a big loss last play. They're at the 2, 2nd and goal. They'll hand it to him again. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Ravens pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. That was a great response, Brock. After they got driven backwards on 1st down, they go right back to the ground and score just 1 play later.
Yeah, and I think if you and I were in the huddle down there after that first down loss, I think we would have felt a whole bunch of pride. Give me another shot, and boy, did they deliver.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
They motion the slot man right.
Right.
Fields on 1st down. Forced out to his right. He's on the move. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Buys time, rolling right. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. No luck finding his receiver that time. And now they'll face a 3rd and 3.
Here we go, son. Right.
Fields out of the gun. He's got a man left. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down.
No muss, no muss. Tonight.
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Escapes the pocket. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
Well, I think they like to say in baseball, clear the mechanism, and that's what you got to do. You've got to let that play go and simply move on to the next. Hey, listen, rare is the game where pass protection ever is going to win 100% of the time, so move on to the next one.
2nd and 10 now. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. So after the penalty yardage marked off, here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
They'll run here following the penalty. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
Don't jump. Ready? Press. Watch right. Go.
Fields to throw it. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. Then brings up 3rd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Here we go. Tonight.
A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
It's results like that that drive coordinators nuts. Premature balding, gray, wrinkles, all of it, Kate. You call something conservative. The last thing you're thinking is you're going to lose yards on a 3rd and 1 run.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll get him back to 11.
That's why they spend all the time on the practice field during the week. That kind of operation. Perfect rhythm, perfect timing, and a 2 for 2 for this kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Hey, Kate, I think we know that the quarterback's a demanding position because not only do you have to have a clock in your head, but you've got to have a spatial awareness of where you're on the field. And once you start retreating, going backward and backward and backward, you got to just sling the ball in the stands. Otherwise, well, you take a huge negative sack like that.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
So now here's 3rd and 5. They're throwing it. Complete beyond the marker. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped at his own side at the 49. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Okay, ready?
Just 1 quarter remaining.
Ready up!
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now we're on the counter. Still going past the 40. Past the 20. And he will carry this across for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Right.
Fields throwing here. He's going deep. He's got it inside the 25. There it is. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers get it back to within 2 possessions. Kicking team on to try the PAT. The point after splits the upright. And the Steelers make it an 11-point ball game. The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. Return starts from the goal line. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Ravens have likely locked up the win right there. Oh, baby! He got loose, and after a few steps, there was nothing they could do to stop him. That, Brock, is the definition of a home run play.
You know, and when you go to draft, sign, or trade for a skill guy, you want him to have that kind of threat, that kind of breakaway speed. You don't always have to be a 4-3 guy on the track. You just have to be a guy that once you get in that open field, there is nobody, and I mean nobody in the building that was going to catch him.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go. Set.
Here's Fields to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, this is a time where offensively you got to regroup. You got to get in that huddle. You know, and quarterback is the most important leadership position. Everyone's looking at you. And as a QB, after taking a sack like that, golly, you got to flush it, instill some confidence, and move this ball forward.
Cut out left. And he'll get it up to the 27.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. He picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
Here we go. Set.
Fields now, 3rd and long. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's out of bounds, past midfield. What a play on 3rd and 13, and this drive will indeed continue.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Set.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And it sets up 2nd down.
Here we go, set. Go.
Another throw for Fields. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
When nothing opens up, that becomes a pretty clear throwaway spot. I mean, that is textbook throwaway spot right there, Kate. Get outside the box, chuck it into the 3rd row, and avoid exactly what happened right there. Because now 3rd down is so much harder.
Set.
Here he is on 3rd and long. Taking a deep shot here. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
You know, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
The kicking team out there for the Steelers, and here they go to send it away. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Big gain downfield. He does it. Touchdown, Baltimore. The Ravens make it a 3-score game in the fourth. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Ravens push their lead to 18. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. All right.
Now Fields. He's on the move. And before he can get rid of it, he runs out of bounds. Could have just tossed it incomplete, Brock, but instead takes the sack and a big loss.
You know, in that situation, as hard as it is and everything flying around you, you just got to get rid of the ball. You got to know where you are, not just wide receivers that always got to know the boundary. Running backs and quarterbacks do. Looked like we saw a little bit of panic, hence going out for the sack.
He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield, and they pick him off again. Asante Samuel Jr. makes the play. Well, Brock, it has been a special day for this defense when it comes to forcing turnovers. Big play after big play, and that is their 4th interception of this contest.
Special for the defense and an absolute nightmare for a quarterback. 1 interception, it sticks with you all week long, but throwing 4? He probably wishes he could be anywhere else on earth other than this field right now.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back-to-back carries here. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the 1st down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
Let's go.
They give it to him again. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react to the little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Another carry for him. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Going to the ground again on 1st. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9.
18 rep, 18 rep. Here we go.
They're going play action. Complete out to the right side. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens close to beginning the year 4-0. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Let's go now. Cowboy 80. Go.
Now a handoff to Algier. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of about 3, so a 1/3 of what they needed. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Buffalo 18. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Yep.
Looking for a throw here. He finds Sanders. And he's out of bounds at the 3. Oh, nearly got to the end zone there. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Going jumbo set on this 1st and goal. Plowing up the middle. And he's not going to reach the end zone. They bring him down at the 1. It's 2 yards on the gain, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Here we go. Set.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. And the Steelers have it now as he makes the 20th interception of his career.
Not a lot of one-play swings bigger than that one right there. That throw looked destined for 6, and instead, it gets intercepted by the defense. The only way to get bigger is if he somehow returned it 100-plus yards for 6 the other way. But what a gigantic swing of emotion.
They've got a man in motion. 1st down throw for Fields. Flushed out of the pocket. Complete out to the right. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They got 24 yards on the play. And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh 1st down.
Don't jump. Ready? Angel, angel, angel. Yep. Tonight.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. On the move, headed right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. Rather than force something with no one open and risk a turnover, he wisely just threw it away.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Fields. He gets it complete to Kenneth Walker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. The Steelers calling their 1st time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
Here we go. Go.
Working inside the red zone. Chased out to his right. No place to go, so he just threw it away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
And he's got it. Had to lay out for it, but touchdown. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. That was just gorgeous football right there. He saw the window, just had to wait for his guy to float toward it, and that pass fit in beautifully for the touchdown.
Kate, this is one of those moments where a quarterback's got to take his pre-snap read and make sure he confirms it quickly post-snap. And when he does, and he's got space to fit that post in, like you said, it's a thing of beauty.
Well, time making this all but impossible, but they're going to try for the onside kick here anyway. And this is going to be recovered by the Ravens, and they're moments away now from celebrating a win.
No question they wanted the ball back late, but you don't see many of these recovered by the kicking team in the NFL. You see even fewer recovered when they're actually expecting it, like they certainly were right there.
Wow, they're going to pass it here. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So the Ravens will fly home with the win.